G'day, Benny Hoover and BJ Wallace here with the Skull Sessions podcast. Remix intro.
What is doing?
Yeah.
It's crazy Friday morning. Something a bit new. Sticking like glue.
How's things, Beej?
Fucking tough, man.
Tough.
Yeah, it's been it's been a weird week for me. A little bit emotional. I don't know what's going on. Fucking bit of a rough. I think it's just after Father's Day. I was a bit off, but man, work is pumping. Like, not really like getting jobs, but we're fucking getting a lot of quotes, and it's taking up a shitload of time. Like big quotes. Don't know if I'm gonna get them, but to be honest, like I'm fucking running already. So I don't know what summer's gonna be like.
I feel like I've aged this week.
You've had a rough one as well.
Yeah, we got I had like 50 cubes of soil in my backyard. And obviously people that listen to the podcast know like we have some flood issues.
Yeah.
And I got this laser light it was a Renegade one.
Yeah.
But it was my neighbour's.
Yeah.
He just let me have a little play around with it. And so I'm just like, having a look at where the water pools and stuff like that. And I'm shooting this laser around, and legitimately some areas, like it doesn't look like, you can look at it and go like, oh, this is a nice flat area. And it's legitimately like a 40 centimeter ruler lower.
Fuck.
In the middle, just like, yeah. Gradual fall down, gradual fall up.
Mm-hmm.
And, I had more than enough soil to be able to correct this, but where the pool has been put in needs to be built up around that because it's way higher.
Yeah.
And man, it's just like, I got this dingo offshore.
Yeah.
Now, everyone knows we love Shory, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But he can be a bit spacey sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's not his work dingo, apparently.
Oh.
Thank fuck. Because, man, I got this thing and I'm like full starting, and then I just sort of turned it off to walk away, grab a durry or something. And I just could hear these noises like, woo, 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 like just noises that shouldn't be coming from a dingo that's turned off.
Oh, shit.
And man, this thing was fucking steaming and just carrying on.
No
It
way.
was actually like the radiator was like going like, I am fucking hot. Hey. And I don't know anything about dingoes.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, she had no water.
Oh,
and then
no.
when I was there, I was like, well, fuck it. Might as well check the oil.
Yeah.
No fucking oil.
Oh, my God.
And like,
Kind of like Rusty's car.
Oh, so anyway, I like text Shory and he's like, oh yeah, man, sounds like she's hot. And I'm thinking like, this is a fucking expensive piece of machinery. And so filled it up with water, no dramas, but like I wasn't sure. I knew where the oil dipstick was, but I wasn't exactly sure where the sump is because there's hydro oil to add for all your bucket stuff, and then obviously there's the sump. So I went on YouTube and I'm like having a look. No content on a dingo except for a Toro dingo, which is completely different, right?
Is that the Turbo Force or is that the actual?
Nah, it's like an actual Toro dingo,
cool.
yeah. So anyway, I did manage to work it out, but like Shory sends me a text and he's like, because I was like, oh, is it just, normal diesel oil?
Yeah.
And he sends me a screenshot of this oil. He's like, I think this is the one. Then like 2 minutes later, he's like, oopsies, that's the hydro oil.
Oh,
I'm thinking like,
shit.
that ain't no little oopsies.
Yeah.
Like that's, and
That
anyway,
would have been bad.
I fucking, I got it sorted and I've laid, like I've spread me fill, and it just like, I'm not coping with.
It's not that bad. You're just having a bit of a fucking blowout. I just looked at it before. It's not that bad. Once you topsoil it, I think.
Yeah, what my issue is that I need a trench dug all the way from my switchboard to the pool before I can turf.
Yeah.
And like if it was me I would have turfed it yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, but now I have to actually wait 10 days.
I think other dogs running through it and
Yes.
shit. Oh, fuck.
It's bad. No, it's bad.
Because it's not. It doesn't look like terrible soil though. I thought when you said there was a bit of clay through it, I was expecting to fucking roll in and just see it fucking clumped everywhere. But it kind of laid out all right.
Oh, bro, it's when you get up close and personal. If you
that was from the window.
If you think about laying turf on it.
Yeah. Oh no, fuck.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So anyway, it has been very stressful. Because, you know, it's a whole new area. You want it to be like schmick and nice, and you've paid all this money. And, you know, just with work and then kids and just quick sidebar. Now, this isn't like, I know this isn't like a let's listen to all of Ben's problems. But where the girls go horse riding, I've talked about it's like a community thing. Yeah. The dads help out, even though I'm the only one, right?
The dad.
They wanted me to float a horse to the vet to get an operation. And I'm like fucking balls deep in this shit, man.
Yeah.
And went around there, and because the Ram truck is pretty high, I couldn't get this float off.
Oh, fuck.
And anyway, we reversed up a hill to get it higher. I got it all off and fucked the horse off. And I was supposed to, they ended up putting the horse down. Oh. So, you know, anyway.
Meat pies all around.
I've had to go pick up the float, and I was by myself.
Oh, fucking hell, bro.
And the dog wheel sunk, and I couldn't get it on.
Yeah.
And I ended up just telling the lady, look, man, I got my own shit going on, eh?
Yeah. This seems to be a repeat theme, man. They're bringing you in for everything.
She's like, oh, I'm so upset about the horse. And I was like, just in my head, I was like, look, lady, I feel bad as well. But
dude,
I got, you know, my own shit going on. So.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, it's, but yeah, I'll tell you what, Beej, you know, when we talk about work and being motivated and, you know, things like that, I tell you, I could have fucking worked until 12 o'clock at night to get this done just because I was so determined to have it done. Like, I couldn't, like, when it went dark is when I would stop, obviously. And, you know, like, I would just be sitting there all through dinner and that, just being like, fucking, I could go on screed right now.
Just fucking put a silencer on the dingo. I'm sure it's not the fucking quietest machine in the world.
No, well, so it's that wasn't that much work. Obviously, just riding a dingo isn't too bad. It's afterwards. I've got huge, big rocks of clay, man. Yeah. Like, so there's just a lot of manual raking and you know, just jigging up stuff.
Yuck.
So, yeah.
Oh, a bit of a fun weekend. I've actually... No,
I'm going to Toowoomba.
Oh, true.
Yeah, I'm going to go see the pretty flowers.
Oh, the flower festival's on up in Woomba.
Yeah. Nice. So, when do people listen to this? Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
You'll be back.
Cool.
You'll be back, mate. You were talking about dingoes. Some fucking exciting news coming out of the US that I can let slip. Skag are bringing out a bunch of new products. And they are fucking sick. So Skag are bringing out something called a jackal, and it's basically like a dingo with a fuckload of attachments. The attachments on that I have photos of forklift attachments.
Oh, yeah. Talk to me, brother.
Yeah, you need one. You fucking need one, dude. And so I think there's going to be like a flail attachment and also a fucking bucket attachment and things like that. So that's pretty cool.
A bar spreader wouldn't go straight right now.
I'm sure they'll have all that shit. It's just not a lot of details. I've just got photos and sort of basically what they're called.
So just quickly, what other companies, obviously Toro.
Yeah, Toro.
They're all amongst that stuff. Gravely has.
Do they?
Yeah, Gravely has one.
Oh, okay. Never seen it.
I think it's battery.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a big tracked thing with a bucket.
Yeah, this one's tracked as well. It's not wheeled, so it's pretty cool. I know Toro's got two. They've got the multi-force deck that you can also, but then you can also mow with it, can't you?
Yeah, so that is just a grandstand, and the multi-force, I think, unhitches and you can put a core and stuff like that on it. The other one that they have is like a it's like with the buckets and everything.
Well, the photos, I still think it's a prototype, but there's a battery V-Ride photos. There's photos of a robot mower that's also a prototype. So that's a remote control jobby.
Yeah.
Looks pretty mean. It's all tracked and everything. But the most exciting thing to get, like, it looks like it's ready to rock and roll, is the new Skag V-Ride XL. It looks fucking dope. It comes in 52, 61, 72, all the big block engine options. So your 40 horsepower Briggs & Stratton, like your Vanguard, 38 horsepower EFI Kohler, and 38.5 or whatever that big FX 1000 Kawasaki. It's all dual wheel options, hydro deck lift. They've changed up the belt path, so the belt path stays true, mowing fucking all day, every day.
Which is super important, everyone, because look, it's more important for probably the Australian industry than anywhere else.
Yeah.
On any of these ride-ons, where the belts are situated to go onto the shaft of the motors, when we mow so low, and you can tell by my hand movements if you're watching on YouTube, your belt path goes from flat to pretty
angled.
Yeah. And so there is obviously the ZK, and I think Ferris might do one as well.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm wrong about it. No,
the Turfy was the Turf Tiger was shaft driven, but it still had a belt path from the actual drive system to the deck. So that's still had a little bit of angle. But yeah, man, this is exciting, and everything, all sizes are compatible with dual wheel systems.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what's really cool is that brands are still being super innovative.
Yeah, huge, man.
It's funny, like GIE is probably rolling around next month.
Yeah, I'm a bit sad I'm not going this one.
So that would be tough. But
now I know what's going to be there.
You know, it's going to be like it's because did they do any proper reveals last year?
Yeah, they brought out the Aero Core. So that was the aerator, the SFC 21. They had a few other things there. They had the SFC 30 battery there on display.
Have those? Obviously, the SFC 21 has been released,
and it's just dropped into your local dealer now. So if you want to go and check it out, we
should be pointing that out.
Yeah, go and check it out. I saw there's a lot of people had them on pre-order. I've seen like fucking 7 or 8 just last night while I was quickly skimming through social media. New ones out in the field. So
well, apparently the number went from like 40 to 100.
Yeah, real quick.
Apparently, I was talking to Will from Rosebud.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, man, exciting times. Everyone loves new stuff, especially to chuck a 7 horsepower onto on a 21 inch. It's fucking cool. I've actually got mine outside on the rig. That's me fucking daily pushy now.
So you got the 21?
Yeah, I got the 21. I got the 5 horsepower one.
Beauty.
5 horsepower, fucking swing back blade kit, and works a treat.
Yeah, so for the swing back, for anyone who's looking at the SFC 21, don't forget to reach out to Mole Merch for your swing back blade kit.
Yeah.
It's going to be an exclusive item. Was going to be a Skag OEM part in Australia. But now Will is just going to manufacture that and be the reseller. So don't forget to jump onto Mole Merch.
Fuck yeah, Mole Merch for the win. Some exciting things are happening. The event is progressing behind the scenes. Website's done. Got our new logo. All the crews are in place. We've got a few options for sites in Melbourne and Sydney. Just waiting on prices and things like that. So,
do we have a name yet?
We do, but I'm not going to announce it yet.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for my confirmation email for registration.
Sure.
So
okay.
Some fucking dog will jump on and be like, yeah, your fucking name will cost you fucking 10 grand, you can.
Oh, boy. So today...
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
So today I thought, entering the season, I fucking had a list of, topics, and I threw them at Ben and he's like, oh, why don't we do red flags and unicorns? So basically today we'll have a chat about customers. It's a good time of the year to reassess your customer base. We got like 6 customers, so I'm cool. But yeah, for all those guys running those residential runs, it's probably a really good time to have a look into it and see who's been pissing you off for the last 2 years and who you can move on and prices and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and there is a difference between, like, the topic today is red flags. So it's, customers that maybe are shit payers or lay you off or constantly let you down. That's going to be different to a situation where maybe you have like a really great customer, but maybe it was just a little underquoted or, but it's still worth keeping there because, they kind of don't piss you off. It's like no hassle.
Yeah.
But, for all the new people in the industry or realistically, even some of the old fogies that, sometimes you just go through the motions and you just forget about these red flags.
Get back to fortnightly mows during summer, and then all of a sudden you start seeing your bills mount up in the background there, all the unpaid invoices. Unfortunately, too, another thing is cash. If people were supposed to leave cash out for you every time you roll through, I used to have that all the time, and then I'd have to make a special trip out because my pocket was getting a bit light. I'd have to go for a little weekend trip to pick up all my cashies. But no, I think now is definitely a perfect time to jump onto your Excel spreadsheet if you've got one, or your diary, or however you do your things, and fucking highlight some of those customers that just give you the shits.
Yeah, because realistically, the beard lawnsman is actually going through one of these situations right now. And he should be acting on his own words here.
100%.
I chat with BJ like almost every day, right?
Yeah.
And he's just telling me about this customer. Now, it's not a resi customer, big customer.
Yeah.
But I mean, these red flags are just jumping up and fucking turkey slapping you right in your mouth.
So it's a big body corp, and I think I've mentioned that they've cancelled us once before here on the podcast, and it's a fucking painful one. It's not, so they're good payers, it's great work, but the fucking politics, and this is something that I point out to everyone who asks me about body corp work and not so much commercial work, but it does happen. But the fucking politics that you come across in these situations is huge, and this is a big one. So basically, I've got a body corp, and they've been running a little bit funny since I started. So I started in 2019. Now I fucking put in a really good quote then, and I was able to not jump up the price over the last couple of years because it was quoted so well at the start, like way above any of my other body corps, and that's probably why I put up with the shit for so long. But anyway, they had one person who basically was the dominant person on the body corp. They had everybody in check. They also owned 3 units in the complex. They also owned the body corporate services that ran the complex.
Yeah.
So
you're really fighting a beast there.
So yeah, that's huge. Like conflict of interest, like everywhere you'll turn. Anyway, so I only found out recently that there's the gardening liaison. She's lovely. She's such a lovely person, but I didn't know that she was getting paid $800 a week just to be the gardening liaison. Now, in a body corporate situation, if you're on the committee and you're getting paid to do a job for that body corp, that's a big no-no. It's a fucking big no-no, and it's all blown up. And there was a big AGM this week, and yeah, man, fucking this other half of the village that were fucking mutiny. It was like mutiny, like half the village was against the other half of the village, and we were just stuck in the middle because, the boys are trying to do street work and they're just coming out like, oh, have you heard about this? And we're just across the board. I'm just like, fucking stay out of it. It's not our place. Let them in fight.
Learn from Benny's mistakes.
Yeah, learn from Ben's mistakes. Do not get involved. Politics is not what we're doing. We're fucking lawn and garden maintenance crew. So just stick to that. Anyway, my boys listen, and obviously still they come out, but I got an I got an email from a guy who was going onto the committee, and for some reason he knew he was going onto the committee. I don't know how, hadn't been voted, but he's like, I'm going to be the new secretary, and he didn't know my name, which was like, okay, I've only worked there for like 5 years, but didn't know my name, didn't know the hours we worked, didn't know how much we got paid a week, and he he got shut down at the AGM. So he sent me all these emails, and then yesterday he sent me another email saying, "Hi Brendan, just letting you know that the AGM didn't go as well as I'd hoped. Everything's the same as normal, and I hope to talk to you soon." And that was it. And I was just like, "Fuck this!" Like, I gotta figure something out. And the gods were listening to me. Yesterday I got a call, and hopefully this afternoon, I'm going to quote another 200 unit village that will dwarf, like, this one is fucking nothing compared to a 200. Like, this one is...
It's about double the size. I know the village you're talking about.
Yeah.
It might not be double the size land area.
It's 19 acres.
But it's, so it's the better part of double, but densely planted.
So densely planted. So I'm thinking like two guys full time, and then a part-time crew to come in 2 days a week.
Big opportunity.
Huge opportunity. It's with a company that I already work with. Massive opportunity for me to sort of, I got to step up though. Got to fucking step up my game. Might take me off the tools completely, except for my 40 and a few little acreages. Which, I'm sort of partial to those jobs, so I'm glad that I'll still be able to slip them in. But I don't know, man. It's fucking scary. Scary.
Yeah, I mean, I think, geez, I don't know. I know if I was in your situation, still in it, if I had won that job, I'd probably decrease everything to just your three main sites.
Yeah.
And I would keep Greenleaves, I'd go the newbie, and I'd keep the 40, and I'd fuck all the other shit off.
Really?
That's what I would have done. Because it's then you could just float around the two sites.
That's true.
Get your profits.
Yeah.
You still have to employ people.
Yeah.
You could do the 40 and then that's your sort of chill time where you get a reasonable paycheck, because you've got the big machine. That's personally what I'd do.
Yeah. I think I'm a bit too greedy for that. I think I've got too many really nice complexes. I've got a couple that I wouldn't want to part with that are quite profitable now because we just did a massive price rise on everything.
And I gather you're not getting any red flags from these places?
No, fuck no.
Apart from the one?
No, it's just the one. I think pretty much the rest are easy days. Like, I'm earning good money, and the extras are huge. There's fucking landscaping, there's plant outs, there's mulching. Like, next year, the mulching that we're going to have to do next year is just fucked. I'm going to need a jackal here fucking ASAP, man. It's going to be bonkers. So, but look, red flags for me, they're normally, they have to be big, and it's more to do with the actual people who live in the village. Like, those red flags, like if there's someone who's just a fucking painful, picky fuck, then they're the red flags I have to look out for. I think residentially, it's a bit more. Well, it's a bit easier.
Let's set the table for some of our residential contractors. I know that, like, I'll always maintain, like, if you don't have any other work to do, what door is fucking banging?
I don't know. I'll get it. Keep talking.
I don't think it's that one, or I don't know. Apologies, everyone. Most unprofessional podcast.
Fucking oath.
So, no, we're setting the table for residential, and what I mean by this is that, if you don't have any other work to go to, then maybe you just have to put up with these red flags, right?
Yeah.
But if you've got other work coming in, there's other leads, you've got other opportunities, now could be a really great time to take a look at it and say, well, look, I can earn extra money by squeezing this job in or doing this, rah, rah, rah. But if it's a case of my day would just be easier and I still get some profit, okay, maybe I have to lose these 5 people that are fucking pissing me off.
Yeah.
What's the point on doing the job if,
if you're not getting paid until fucking 2 months later?
Well, it's not even just about that too. It's about really enjoying so like right now, and I can't speak for all markets, but right now the weather is mild.
Yeah.
It's not hot, it's not cold. It's one of the few, like we've probably got a 4-week window left of just really nice work days.
Yeah.
And come November, your skin is going to be burning by 9 o'clock in the morning. Especially in Queensland.
Yesterday
right?
we did the 40, Will and I, and oh my God, it was a fucking amazing day. A little bit dusty, like Brisbane's
It is dusty.
just a shithole at the moment for green grass. Like it's really sad. You still got a bit of greenage.
Unless you live on fucking Foley Road.
Do you want me to?
I painted that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's typically a green patch anyway, but it looks really green.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But no, I get what you're saying. I think when I was in the residential game, especially in the first couple of years, it was really hard for me to get rid of people. Like they had to be seriously fucking like basically non-paying and, just pieces of shit for me to bail. And it's also, I think it's a good time to look at like route density and things like that. And maybe while it's still a little bit quiet, when you're doing those guys on monthly or something like that, is do the 9. I think it's like a 9 rule. You do like the 9 houses around, so 3 on each side and 3 across the road or something like that with cards or flyers or something like that. It's definitely a good time to. I know that it's still quiet, and I get into the habit of being like, oh fuck, I can have an early day today, or you can stay out for an extra hour, throw some cards around, put some marketing material out, whatever you have to do, and maybe potentially pick up something that'll sort you out for next year.
Maybe you can pick up season. Maybe you can pick up some more red flag clients.
Yeah, maybe you can fucking pick up my fucking village.
No, look, I just think everyone always gets so consumed. I mean, maybe I'm just putting myself back in a situation, that maybe doesn't exist anymore for a lot of contractors. But, I used to come home from a day's work, or maybe it would be before a day, and I'd be like, I really don't want to go and mow this old bitch's lawn, or, like I'm just thinking about some of the clients that would like
come out every time,
and
like talk to you, like, oh, do you think you could
and
just
watch you mow?
Yeah,
where then you might drive around the corner and it might be just this really nice lawn that you just really enjoy mowing, and you get paid well for it, and it's like, how much more enjoyable was that? Compared to, and it could be even these red flags are not necessarily just about people.
Yeah.
It could be that you have to lift a mower down 6 stairs.
Yeah.
Or it could be that the parking sucks. There's just so many scenarios here with red flags that I think it's just a really great time of year to take a look at your list and say, how can I still be profitable but really maintain my happiness?
Yeah.
Because I think being happy, you have a look, if you're watching on YouTube, you have a look at me and BJ right now. He looks worn out and a little bit,
I'm fucked.
And I'm okay, but I definitely am a little, and obviously for me, it's not actually work related, but it does all tie in.
Oh, 100%. Like work-life balance. Like if you're absolutely destroying yourself during your lifetime, then, your work's going to suffer. You're going to be tired. You're going to be snappy.
The only thing that has saved me
what
this
do you want
week,
a fucking refund on your dog?
The only thing that has saved me this week is we actually sold out of Catch Pros.
Oh, nice.
And so
you had a bit of time up your sleeve.
Well, the time that I gained was I don't have anything to build.
Yeah.
So, but it's about to be on because I'm about to pick up about to pick up another 100. So,
today.
well, I'm waiting for the email.
Ooh,
so,
nice.
That's always that always keeps me busy for a couple
Yeah,
of days.
that's it. Fuck, sidebar, dude. So we've had a few issues with drainage at my house, and I'm a fat fuck. So getting up on the roof is not something that I enjoy doing. It's 2 stories. It's a fucking big drop, and I don't want anything to get broken when I hit the deck. But I legitimately had some guy come in and do a fucking fantastic job on the solar panels, the hot water solar panel, and all the gutters. And man, no wonder we had fucking drainage issues. Up on our roof, there were screwdrivers, there was fucking beer cans in every one of the downpipes. Fucking,
Oh, man.
yeah, bro. I was like, fuck, I wish I did this like 6 months ago. But yeah, man, little sidebar. This dude fucking absolutely he took so many photos, did an excellent job. So I'll definitely be getting his name and putting it all over the fucking local page. But dude, who the fuck throws empty beer tins on a roof of a house they're trying to sell? Because it's not that old, man. Like the tins weren't that old.
I can imagine me doing some dumb shit like that, like maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah, but the people who used to live in
Just
the house
whipping.
were like in their 30s with their parents still living there.
Yeah, well, that's a red flag.
Maybe it wasn't such a sidebar. That's a red flag.
Fuck you, mom.
Yeah, fuck you, mom. I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Have you been up on the roof here?
not the big roof. That's pretty high up.
you fucking you should go and have a look.
I've been as high as the roof because
Yeah.
I've started painting the gutters.
Yeah.
But not physically on the roof.
Imagine what's on this roof.
It's it's as clean as a whistle.
Is
bro.
it?
Well, I haven't been up there.
Does Curdy have a drone?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Uh,
I just know, like, you reckon there'd be some shit up there?
Not really, because in the actual ceiling, that's where I thought, all
okay.
the mad shit, and it's like pristine and it's beautiful up there. I found a
Yeah.
little mole bowl. That's about it.
Oh, mad.
Chippity chop. Most of the action was downstairs.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know.
In
So,
the fuck dens.
another quick sidebar. Our pod brothers, Luke and Gary, have fucking
Oh, what the fuck?
teamed up for a bloody 69er.
Yeah.
And
Nothing
they
finer.
didn't invite me and BJ for a tea party.
Yeah, what's going on?
But nevertheless, go and check out that episode
Yeah.
because I think, look, I think it's great. You know, we talk about networking and the contractor community, you know, lots of contractors,
Yeah.
you know, connecting in various ways to help each other out.
Yep.
And, you know, the Skull Sessions does the same thing with its podcast competitors.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So I haven't had a chance to listen to it.
Me neither.
And it's no disrespect. For me, it's more about, you know, I would say like 95% of the conversations that I have on a daily basis are actually about lawn mowing. And so in my free time, I don't like to hear anything else about it.
Fair enough.
So that's kind of my little thing.
Yeah.
Also, what's tough about it is I'll talk to Gary Ashton on the phone for an hour
Yeah.
on like a Tuesday or something, and we'll either talk about his podcast or what he's got coming up or something else in the industry.
Yeah.
So when I go and listen to it, it's like, I already lived this with you,
Yeah.
you know? So, so it's certainly no disrespect, but if you are out there on the tools, jump on their podcast, have a listen.
Listen to ours first, but you know.
Actually,
Don't do it right now. Like, listen to our whole episode and then go on.
no, I was going to say, listen to ours twice to get up our algorithms.
Yeah, please do. And rate and review, man. That'd be awesome if some more reviews could come through. Gives us something to talk about.
Yeah, and
we've been lacking in reviews lately. We had a bunch come through in the first, say, 70 episodes, and then they've sort of slowed down. So we'd love to, if you enjoy the podcast, throw us a review on the Apple Podcast platform, and that'll just bump us up the list again, give us better algorithms, and more people will be able to reach out to us. So
I think most of our listens actually come from Spotify.
do they?
Yeah, I believe so.
But if you're listening on Spotify, jump over onto Apple Podcasts because that's the only place you seem to be able to leave a review.
That's right.
Fucking Jesus, Spotify, catch up. They got Joe Rogan. They fucking spent all their money on Joe Rogan.
I can't remember what I was going to say. It was about the lawn shed, everyone.
Well, fuck yeah.
Now, if you're flicking through Instagram and some of your socials, you'll start to see the season is like on for all your coring and your thatching and stuff like that. Now, I will say right at this very minute, like last week was really hot and everyone's like, fuck yeah, the season's on. Let's start ripping this shit apart. And then these southeasterly winds have just been, you know, like the temperature's probably dived like 3 degrees.
Yeah, it's a bit chilly willy.
So
when you opened that window earlier, it was like that breath of fresh air, which is like...
But nevertheless, it's going to be on.
Yeah.
Lawn Shed has all your chems and everything getting rolling. I got a shout out for Tom Freeman. He was on the internet last night spending money.
Really?
Yeah, because I got a notification that he bought some chems and he used the Skull Sessions
Oh, fuck yeah, Tom.
code. Then I get an order from Catch Pro as well.
Oh, nice.
So he got a paycheck.
Paper money, money.
So thank you very much.
Yeah, boy.
And everyone else should jump on too and
definitely
take a look at what they got going out there.
I've taken advantage. I don't think I get a cut of what I spend. I think that's just fucking double dipping. But no, it's awesome, man. I love working with Lawn Shed. They're a good bunch of people. They have some good advertising too. Not like
the shit that's been run on the Skull Session. what was I going to talk about? Fuck yeah, the Lawn Shed.
Yeah, fucking oath. Yeah, fucking Lawn Shed. Fucking hey, this one's for Rubes. Oh fuck, I've got to turn down. Fuck. Fucking hell. When we do the opening music, I fade it out and I forget to turn it up every single fucking time. And then I did get Rubes with that gunshot last week.
Oh, I think
fuck
yeah,
it.
Benny Brown.
I got a few of them. Fuck yeah.
No, it was Anthony Hahn.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah. Texted us in. He said the gunshot almost fucking made him drive off the road.
Yeah, sorry about that. You'll fucking never know when it's coming.
I saw you were mowing on a slope the other day, Beej.
Yeah. It was a fucking...
Someone come out with did they come out with a square and like a compass and everything else?
I don't know. He's from Capalaba. Apparently went and quoted the job. I haven't met the bloke, but he just threw out 22 degrees. That was the comment. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I don't know. First of all, I was like...
He had some credibility because he had seen the hill.
Yeah, he'd seen the hill. But man, there's fucking underneath the grass.
It's different when you do it, right?
Yeah, fucking oath.
Can I just say, everyone remembers the motorbike jump mowing thing.
Mm-hmm.
You look at that and you even watch us mowing it and that footage is nothing about the way that it felt.
Fuck no.
You know what I mean? Like no one can really say, oh, okay, that wasn't that extreme. Or, until you're physically on that mower doing that job.
Yeah. And look, I don't know how many fucking degrees it was. I've been mowing on a fucking zero turn for fucking 7 years. I thought it was fucking steep. It was unusually steep for me to mow. If I couldn't drive up it forwards, that's fucking steep. So, I was just like, can't steep. Whatever.
Yeah.
And if I did lean too far forward on that hill, fucking Humpty Dumpty would have been rolling down that hill for sure. For sure, man. It was fucking... But no, it was a pretty clean block. I actually enjoyed it. I haven't done a block slash in a long time. There was only half a tree, a couple of lead pipes and a fucking couple of half bricks. But the only thing I did hit was there was a rock and it was buried. And because it was like kind of fresh, when I turned... This rock actually fucking came out of the soil and, it just went underneath the side of the deck and heard a few... Ming, 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 ming.
Oh, you know that.
Yeah, fucking got you, Ruben. Bam, bam.
R.I.P. Anthony. That actually happened to me with the Catch Pro on once. I turned on the corner of their driveway and a little brick came out and it...
Was it at the mansion?
Yeah, and I actually...
I knew exactly where it would have been.
And I think I posted it. It actually went into the Catch Pro.
Did it?
Yeah, like I caught the brick.
That's mad. I should just fucking start running over, get my own crushed granite business. I'll just start running over pieces of granite into the Catch Pro. Oh, fuck. Well, we should get back to our topic.
Sorry, everyone.
That's all right. Sorry, everyone. But no, the fucking cheetah handled it really well.
Have a
Yeah,
fucking
sorry
look at
about
you.
that. Sorry,
Let's get
mate.
back to our topic.
Jeez.
Fucking boom, Skag.
Yeah, fucking skag. Oi, they're our major sponsor. Oi, cheers, Skag. Oi, look behind us.
Cheers, Skag. Get me a jackal, eh?
Yeah, let's have 3.
All right, so look, back to your red flags.
Now, how did you keep your customers in order? Did you have, can you tell the fucking caffeine's just kicked in? Can you tell people's how you used to keep your customers in order? Because your business was way bigger in residential than mine. I was quite lucky to get into the whole body corporate thing pretty quick.
Look, I was pretty cruisy, in the sense that, you know, if people, you know, forgot to leave the cash out, or, you know, if someone didn't leave a gate open, it wasn't the end of the world.
Oh, fuck. Not leaving that fucking gate open.
But it's more about, so I'm talking one-off situations.
Yeah.
It's much more about the repetitiveness. You know, if someone is constantly leaving a gate closed, then I was very much one of those people like, hey, we really just, you know, I've got a tight run, I've got to hit this, I've got to get to the next one. And if it was really bothering me, then eventually I would turn that customer over for sure.
Yeah.
Because I was just in a situation where I think if you're knocking back work, or you're just not really that interested in picking up the next residential client, you know, then and I think that having this mindset is a great way to get into a few episodes ago when we talked about Paul Luck's business, where he seemed to have this really great small business, and there's no reason why you can't build that up in stages. I'm talking on a day-to-day basis. So it might be really tough. I forget the particulars now, how many lawns he actually was
80.
doing.
He's got 80 all up.
Yeah. So was that 40 a week?
Yeah, I'd say. I think it was like,
So it might not, because it's, you know, I don't want to get all into that episode again, but, you know, it might be really difficult to build up 40 of those in a week.
Yeah.
But you might be able to get 10 or, you know, 14 over 2 days. And you can break your business down into daily runs and say like, well, this particular day on this particular route, I've got, you know, these 8 really great customers that I can get mowed by lunchtime and make a whopping X amount of dollars.
Yeah.
And the next day it might be like, oh, you know, I've got a couple of good ones here, and I've got this guy who fucks me around here. And
This one who fucking chats to me for 25 minutes.
You know, so you can build it up that way and really break things down into daily runs.
Yeah. Well, I never looked at my daily income. I always looked at the end of the week, because I did have a target to try and hit every day. But when I first started out, like, I wasn't always hitting it. It would be like at the end of the week, I could be like, oh, okay, I fucked up this day and I went all right this day. And at the end of the week, it kind of balanced out. But, you know,
I did.
If it was day to day, I would just be like,
I did break down my day to day, because I used to have, you know, there would be occasions where I, you know, was doing 700 a day on one day, which 10 years ago is way different to now.
Yeah.
As a solo operator. But then the next day, maybe I do 450. And so like what you're saying, yes, you always looked at your end week total, but I did always break it down into that day to day.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, like these red flag customers, you know, there was a lot of times where I just had to man up and be like, oh, I have to deal with that now until I can get this daily run up to this point where I want it.
I think with the red flaggies, I think now's a good time. You can also send a text message or an email, whatever. Basically just saying, hey, it's the start of the season. I'm much busier now than I was when I first started. These are the time. Like basically say, if you don't fucking fall into line, it's game over for you. Basically, that's what I did just before I got out of the residential thing. And some people didn't like it, but I think a lot of people kind of liked that communication. I think that's another big thing with red flags.
If you're communicating it properly.
Yeah. I think you need to tiptoe because some, obviously.
Because it can backfire.
Yeah, big time.
And like I'll even say, like, I haven't been in the mowing game I haven't been active in the mowing game for almost 24 months now.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm dealing with clients, but this horse lady out the back.
Yeah.
That was going to take on the twins. She kept letting us down and I sort of, really cracked the shits and was like, look, if you can't commit or whatever, like I'm going to go somewhere else, right? And she wrote back and was like, okay, here's a refund. And like I was bluffing. And it worked out for the good anyway. Yeah. But yeah, you just have to be careful. Like if you the way that you should communicate it, should be kind of elegantly.
Yeah, I think
instead of just being
point blank,
just
fucking
don't be an asshole like Ben.
No,
because it can backfire.
Yeah, I think because sometimes when there's emails to be sent, my wife will be like, "Hey, do you want to send this or do you want me to?" Because she's blunt.
I mean, I have to. It's really unfortunate, but I have to do it to people even with Catch Pro.
Yeah,
someone might put an order in for a whipper gripper, and we've got a lead time.
Yep,
and we are making those times.
Yeah,
but some people are just like, "Hey, I'm really pissed off. Where's my order?" And, it's not like it happens immediately, but you can be like, look, as per the website listing, we have a lead time. And they're like, yeah, I know, but it says 1 to 2 weeks and it's almost been 2 weeks. And, I usually write back, look, we'll ship this immediately. However, if you're not satisfied, like I'll just refund you right now.
Yeah.
And no one ever really... No one's ever taken up that refund.
No.
But it's one of those things where like I have sort of just like that's already the end of the road. Now, if you're a contractor and you're like, laying down stipulations and you sort of catch someone in a bad mood, it can kind of end up, well, fuck you, mate. I'll just go and find someone else. Which may be the actual best scenario for you. It might not be on your terms, but it might actually be the best.
Yeah.
But you just want to be careful. You don't want that person to then go and say, this dick knows from Catch Pro.
I did find that though when I was a contractor and I did send those sort of emails or texts out and saying, like kind of ship up or ship out. No, I got a few, well, look, we're just going to look for someone else. And I was like, fuck you, you fucking dogs. And then I'd just like go out of my way just to try and get more work and just sort of be like, yeah, fuck you. Kind of motivated me to be a bit of an asshole and just push a little bit harder.
The worst one is when they're like, I'm just going to get my son to do it. You're like,
oh, no, the worst one is when you get like a real fucking sexy acreage and they're like, oh, my husband just wants to buy his own mower. I'm like, oh, well, if he doesn't buy a Skag,
See, all of those ones, they were immediate red flags for me. Like if I wasn't going to get the mowing, then
I don't do gardening anymore.
Have a listen to us, eh?
No, it's just. No, like I know what I like to do.
You can make more money off the mowing.
Yeah, I know what I like to do, and I know what my boys like to do.
And what you're equipped to do, right?
And what we're equipped to do, yeah, 100%. And look, there is a massive gardening element. Don't get me wrong. Like I don't consider hedging gardening.
Neither.
And spraying as gardening.
Neither.
I feel like gardening is like pruning roses and like getting into gardens and fucking
turning over mulch.
Yeah, doing that sort of stuff. Like hedging, spraying, and mowing are like things that I like to do, what the boys like to do. So, yeah, basically that's why we love the Body Corp stuff because it's just that on repeat over and over and over again. You get to know these fucking hedges off by heart. You get to see everything improve, and that's where our joy comes from. But yeah, then you throw in a garden cleanup though. Sometimes that's like different again. Like I like doing garden cleanups. We did one at a tennis center not that long ago, and the fucking place looks 10,000 times better. Charged excellent money for it.
It's way more fun than routine gardening.
And when you're with a big, there was 3 of us there, and we were like, fuck yeah, until someone fucking picked up a scoop of fucking garden rubbish with a dog shit underneath. That sort of that was a bit sad.
Yeah, good old poop.
Wasn't me. So it was kind of like, oh no, he's angry.
Well, anyways, look, I think everyone sort of has the idea about these red flags that you should be taking note of at this time of year. You know, we encourage everyone, all of our contractors, to be having the most enjoyable work experience they can.
Yeah.
And now, like, you know, it's a great time right now, but come Christmas time, it's just going to be hell on earth.
Yeah.
You know, with the growth and the heat and, you know, the rain season and things like that. So
100%.
Try and get your customers in order now. Try and leave some room for opportunity later on.
Yep. And also,
I don't think you should be going. Sorry, I don't think you should be going out and cutting, you know, 15, 20% of your clientele loose.
No,
that's not what I'm saying. But just take a look at it, keep it in your mind, and I also think too, when you drop a customer, do it the right way.
Yeah.
Don't just say when they're due, hey, we're not coming. Give them a heads up. Hey, you know, due to unforeseen circumstances, we can no longer service your property.
Yeah.
That's all it has to be.
Yeah. And I think in regards to, you know, dropping customers, I think the bad press that you can get from that, if you do it the wrong way, fuck, that just flows, just goes forever. And if you pick the wrong person to piss off, your name can get dragged. Like, we've seen people with their fucking Google reviews and shit. Like, people
Which Google reviews fucking pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because, like, can you even get rid of them?
No, I don't think so. I think
I don't even know how to access mine.
I think you can request them to be taken down for, you know, grounds that they're untrue or whatever. But I think all you can do is basically get everyone on your list to fucking write as many 5 stars as you can to push that shit one down the track. But with the opportunities thing you said before, it's also a good idea to, if you have picked a bunch of customers, to sort of give notice to basically say ship up or fuck off. I think after that crew of customers, I think you should also keep in mind the next batch to go, the next ones down the run. Because if a big opportunity comes up, like a village that'll take up 2 days of your time, or, you know, even a day of your time, that's another 10 customers that you need to either get rid of, or you need to start thinking about employing someone. So,
and I think another point to bring up, we should have got onto this a bit earlier in the episode, but red flags while you're quoting.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, if you can tell that this lady is just going to chew your ear off every time, or if you can tell someone's like, oh, I just have to wait until my paycheck clears, or, you know, like...
what day are you going to come? I just need to make sure it's on my payday. It's
those types of things.
Yeah.
I think if you... And it can be really hard because that person needs that service.
Yeah.
And... you know, they might be fully capable of paying and paying on time and living up to customer expectations, but just take note of those red flags.
And count their teefies. Sometimes if they've got no teefies, it means they spend all their money on other things.
You know, and even dog toys and, you know...
dog shit.
all of the soccer balls and play sets.
When I was desperado, when I first started, I didn't give a fuck if there was like dog shit, dog toys, kids' toys, anything in the yard. Didn't know how to quote properly for that sort of stuff. I was just a fucking newbie with no idea. No one on the interwebs to help guide me through. And I'd just fucking rock up to these places, and could count the fucking dog shit. I couldn't even count them on my hands and my fucking feet. Like
Yeah.
there'd be 20 in the backyard and they'd all be 6 inches high. And I'd think, what the fuck am I doing? Like I think there was one lawn that sticks out in my mind, and it's the first lawn I ever walked away from, except for the one where I shit my pants. The second lawn I walked away from it was just covered in dog shit. They knew I was coming. They had plenty of notice, and I was like, that's it. I'm fucking done with these kind of customers. I'm not fucking doing this shit. I've done it once, and it wasn't this bad. I'm never doing it again. Fucking catch you later. And they were good payers and everything, but yeah, fuck that.
I'll never forget this one customer that we had. He actually worked for Brisbane radio station B105.
No way.
And so the client just on our list was just called B105 guy. And man, he had like this big German Shepherd.
Yeah.
That could lay like a proper horse paddy. And
It's fucked, eh?
back then with the Hondas with the 195s. So we used to just roll in once a month and take the catches off and just drop it. But holy moly, these Sturges, like sometimes you couldn't see them, and I fully bogged down a mower on one. It was actually like this dog went back to the same spot for like a day, for a couple of days, and was just laying a mountain neigh.
Just on repeat.
You know, and I'll never forget. This is like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
This like my dad was working with me and Kyle, and I just remember like we put up with that for so long until our business started to grow, and we were like, dude, we got to cut you loose. Like this is just not the work that we want.
It's fucked. It's so gross, but you got to do what you got to do to get through.
That's right. I haven't said that one in a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting ready to cruise out.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. And we'll see you next week on the Lawn Care Skull Sessions. I'm Ben at Catch Pro. He is at TBL. And we're getting on with it.
Yeah. Peace.